Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome to the Fantasy Forecast for Sunday, May 22nd, 2016. Now, if you guys were watching the ponies at all yesterday, and if you'd watched my video, you'll know that I recommended 5 horses to you guys, along with my friend Chris. The number 1 horse, the number 5 horse, or number 3, Nyquist, of course. The number 5 horse, the number 9 horse, and the number 11 horse. 5 horses. And we recommended that you guys take all 5 of those horses and put them in what's called a Superfecta box, which means that any combination of those 5 horses, you're basically calling them all to land in the top 4. And that box costs $60. We discussed that. It won. Yesterday, guys, we gave you a winning Superfecta. Now, I'm sorry to say the Superfecta did not pay as much as we would have liked it to. It only paid $317, so your $60 bet made you, $317, but that's 6 times your money, guys, or 5 times your money in about 10 minutes. So I hope you guys considered it, took it. Nyquist that we gave you to place, he ended up doing the show instead. So if you did that as a lock bet, we really apologize. But I do at least. But I really hope that you took the Superfecta box because that was how to win yesterday. And it was a small win. I'll be happy. I wish that Superfecta had paid thousands and not hundreds. But yet again, we're calling trifecta winners here. And Superfecta winners. And well, you know what? Let's go to results first. This is going to be our first optimal, but let's go to results. Side of history here. So we had a couple 227s, 224s. These are the ones that ended on 518. 241. That one was excellent. 236. I'm forgetting which one was mine, but I know there's one live right now that was from a day ago that I'm running. Here's the live one. And I'm pretty damn happy with the score that I have right now before the game starts, guys. If you took mine, you'll notice we only have 3 players running. We ran J.R. Smith and he got 30 points. We ran LBJ and he got 43. And we got Patrick Patterson and he gave us 20. So for about $18,000 in salary, we have 93 points, more than 5 times value. Perfect. Moving into today, absolutely I'll take that. I have Curry, Westbrook, and Durant. It's all 3. Yeah, it's a nice lineup, guys, and I'm happy. I believe that will win cash for sure. Today's baseball, and I told you guys I've been working on baseball. This is going to be newer. That's the in the middle. So we have, there isn't really anything else. That's from 521. Well, here's the 519 entries. Okay. So the one I was recommending, it's probably, it's on the losing end right now, but I know that not much is run on it yet. Yeah, you got LeBron at 57 points, you got Patrick Patterson at 14, and you got Schumpert at 7. Schumpert wasn't good, but LBJ was cheaper at the time. What is this? This is going to be about $17,000 in salary, showing 17 points. It's a little above 4.5 times value. This should win cash still, but we're going to have to see. I'll follow this up with you guys later as well. So that was that results. But the baseball is something I'm kind of particularly proud of today, guys. If you can't see that, and maybe I'll zoom in just a touch and refocus. Look at the position and look at the number of entries in this contest. I am 63rd out of 8,000. Yeah, top 50 win. It's just a free play because I've been perfecting my model. But this, guys, this is right at the damn near top. Look at it. Look at the green bar at the top. When you zoom out again, touch, so you can see that how much it's winning against everyone else. You can see that little blue guy up there at the top and how far he is at the top. This would have destroyed almost every GPP today, guys. And I had this morning off my model. I did something similar in Draftkings too. It's paying off there as well, guys. You're going to have MLB videos from Fantasy Forecast in just a day or two, and I would expect take them cash at first and play within your means. Always remember bankroll management, but that you will start winning some money with baseball now. I believe there's enough data and enough where I can finally call this properly, and this is proof. Okay. That was baseball results, midterm basketball results. Let's get on to what's coming today for basketball. This is the optimal lineup from RotoWire. Now, we don't have very many optimals anymore. They've basically taken most of them away. RotoQL went away because they're making you pay for it now because they haven't updated their apps. So, regardless, we have Curry and Westbrook in the point guard positions. Curry is projecting at 50 points. Westbrook is projecting at 56. He's their best value point guard. We got Klay Thompson and J.R. Smith. Klay is projecting at 36 points, 35.6, you know, I'll round to 36. And J.R. Smith's projecting at 21 points. We got Kevin Durant projecting at 55 points. Harrison Barnes projecting at 22 points. Serge Ibaka projecting at 30 points. Scola projecting at only 10 points, and I like that, you know, they're honest about the punt, and, you know, they're like, it doesn't matter, we want to fit these guys in. And they got Steven Adams for the center at 30 points, at a 5.8 value. They're projecting this at 311, which is a pretty nice score if they can pull it off. And honestly, I've been surprised during these playoffs. We've had some high-scoring performances from Toronto, well, before, but basically huge ones from Cleveland now. Toronto did come back in the last one, and, you know, they've moved it up a little bit. It's not going to be a Cavs sweep anymore. Cavs had their first loss of the playoff series here. I was surprised by that. I thought they would go 11-0 and like taking them once at home court, but they really were due. And you always, I've told you and extolled on this before how much home court matters. Stealing one on their court, though, happens a lot, especially with good teams. So I'd be very wary that Cleveland can steal the next game coming up, and then just go back to Cleveland and close it out at home for Game 5 with a nice rest on up into the finals. Seems like an ideal situation, doesn't it? I'll bet you their coach is telling them the same thing. Alright, so that was that. That was at 311. This here, it's not RotoQL because their projections are just, they haven't updated them. This is Daily Fantasy Cafe. They were current. We have Irving projecting at 39 points and Westbrook projecting at 55 points. We have J.R. Smith and Klay Thompson. Smith projecting at 24. Klay is projecting at 37. We got Harrison Barnes and Kevin Durant. Barnes projecting at 21. Durant projecting at 48. We got Patterson and Love at the power forward. Patterson projecting at 19 and Love projecting at 36. And we got Steven Adams at your center projecting at 28 points. They use every dime of salary and they project at 307, which isn't bad. I mean, you know, it's a good lineup. All right, I mean, it really is. It's not. If you use all the salary in an effective way and all your guys are seeing minutes, that's not a bad use of salary. This is Daily Fantasy Nerd. I was able to get them to work as well. Daily Fantasy Nerd has for us Russell Westbrook and Stephen Curry at the point guard positions, and I have no problem with that. 55 points projected for Westbrook, 53 projected for Curry. Schumpert and Waiters. Schumpert is projecting at 13 points, but on 23.5 minutes. And Waiters is projecting at only 18 points, but on 29 minutes. So you're getting guys that are projecting good on their minutes. Iggy and Durant at small forward. Iggy is projecting at 32 minutes and 22 fantasy points. And KD is projecting at 55 points on 43 minutes. We got Serge Ibaka and Draymond Green. Ibaka is projecting at 27 points. And Green is projecting at 43 points. Both those are projected for full game, basically. Green for a few more minutes. Bogut at center. Bogut, they're only projecting him for 20 minutes. They expect him to get 19 points during those minutes, though. And they're running this lineup up at a 304. In my opinion, guys, if you like the Daily Fantasy Nerd lineup today with the Waiters and Iggy and you're kind of pass on LBJ, do this instead with your $600. Swap out Bogut right there and go with Cantor instead. He fits perfect. And you got more chance. Oh, it's invalid. Ouch, that hurts. Is there what else is there? I didn't even realize they had that many Oklahoma City players on there. No wonder they had to. At least it's not like when I tried to... And I like doing this stuff with you guys because I'm sure you recognize, you know, we run up across the same difficulties every time we ever do any of this stuff. I mean, we're all playing this game the exact same, and they're both with Golden State and they're both at the same price. I probably want to drop to Damari Carroll, you know, with Toronto and hope that they're at home, and that's the way I would go to make that work better. So I'd swap for Cantor, and you know, I'd just go with Carroll there because you're basically getting the OKC game anyways. You've got it pretty well damn covered. There's nothing wrong with taking one Toronto player and one Cleveland player. So that's how I would update theirs. I'm still invalid? What did I do now? Wait, I got OKC, 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 OKC. I still haven't changed an OKC guy out. That's the problem. I moved Cantor, and this guy was never mattered. Oh, shit. Well, this just gets harder and harder. What do we have at waiters? Terrence Ross. I suppose. Better than... Oh god, there's not any good choices. You know what? I'm just going to cancel this and say that was an exercise in futility. If you like Daily Fantasy Nerd, there it is. I'd probably try to find a way to spend that $600 if you could, but do it in a way where you don't have any invalid roster. Alright. Now let's go to my preferred lineup for today. This is what I'm recommending you guys take for today's slate coming up in just a little bit. Curry and Westbrook at the point guard positions. You got Smith and Andre Robertson at the shot guard positions. You got LeBron James and Kevin Durant at the small forward. Yeah, I got all four. You got Channing Frye and Patrick Patterson at the power forward. And you got Cantor for your center. And that's my recommended FanDuel lineup for today. And then let's go over to DraftKings real fast. I think DraftKings is just telling me that I won some money. Yeah. Oh yeah, I won. Hooray. That's actually my baseball one. Let's see if I can pull that up. Did it show recent, I guess, is how it's going to look. Yeah. This was the DraftKings lineup for today. Yay, 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 hooray. Whatever. I lost 10 points when that game got rained out. It was at 129, but a 119 and 120 today is a pretty good score. Joseph wasn't as good, and Arenado getting postponed. He had 10 points already, so if he kept on going, I think he might have done 20 or so, and it would have been a very pretty score. But rain is rain, and, you know, there was a chance of it happening, and that's what it is. Okay, so that was the baseball. Let's see if I have a backup on basketball. MLB. We're still working on those models, but they're winning. I mean, MLB. I don't see where NBA. I think I haven't been working on NBA on this one until today, really. So let's see. We have one upcoming for NBA. I do have money on it. Yes, I do agree with it. Okay, you've got Russell Westbrook and Andre Roberts at the point guard position. You've got Andre Robertson. You're going for the triple-double, guys. Those arbitrary bonuses on points that they give you. I want the Andre Robertson at the shot guard. Good opponent, and especially if OKC can win today. I want Kevin Durant, no question. Basically, it's an OKC stack all the way through. I got Ibaka down there at the bottom, too, for half the team. The other half the team is power forward. You got Cleveland against Toronto. I do think Cleveland can beat Toronto at some point. I think Channing Frye will be a little mark of that. I got Zelli at center with the splitting with Bogut. It's a beautiful bargain at $2,500. It makes everything else fit. I've got Curry, who is going to try everything he can to keep Golden State in it. I am predicting OKC wins today. Like I said, the Ibaka stack with the other forward position. And then Schumpert fits in perfect with my Cleveland. And I know they've been weird with second and third strings, but, you know, as long as the guy can get enough minutes, it's just a matter of a little bit of luck there to pull it up into the win. Like super win, you know, for a GPP. Otherwise, it's a cash win. And that's what I'll end up doing with the rest of my balance that's in here right now. I'll make sure that I'm balanced up with like a double up entry or something like that. Okay, guys. So that's your ideal, optimal DraftKings lineup for today for NBA. And going back to FanDuel real fast. This is your optimal FanDuel lineup for today. Curry Westbrook at point guard, Smith Robertson at shot guard, James Durant at small forward, and power forward is Frye and Patterson, Cantor is the center. And so yes, guys, you've got your DraftKings optimal, you've got your FanDuel optimal. If you won yesterday on the trifecta, or if you end up winning on any of these, and all of these games end up winning tonight, please give a donate down to my daughter for, you know, her... I have to pay this bill in a week, guys, and if you win anything big, I'm not asking for you small guys that really need the money, you know, if you just had a flood go through your place, you know, don't worry about anything at all, but if you happen to have a few extra dollars and appreciate the shows and I've made you some money, I would hope some of you guys took that Superfecta yesterday. I really hope so. Anyways, find it in your hearts to give a few extra bucks so I can push my daughter over the top and get her over to this school. I'd really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love all you guys to death. I love that we're like 270. I don't even know how many subs. It just keeps on growing and growing. I try to give you guys the best lineups and the best information I can. And best of all, there's no charge. And I don't think there'll be ads on this for at least a couple hours. So by the time you guys see this before the game starts, you shouldn't even have to watch an ad for it. Okay. Oh, I was asked this one question real fast. What kind of contest do you enter? Let me explain, guys. You really want to enter 50-50 contests with 100 entries. You see how there's no mark for multi-entry for the little orange or G for guaranteed where my finger is right here where I'm circling. You'll find these buttons if you go into tournaments for the orange one and the G one. They're guaranteed, and then they're multi-entry. So you want to look for ones that really don't have, if they have a G, awesome, that's a guaranteed prize. But if they have the M, know that you're going to go against sharks. Lots of sharks enter these big contests. They just do. Now this is that's actually a lot of overlay to see in this tournament right now. I'm surprised they only have 54,000 entries out of 55,000 with only an hour and 40 to go. That could see a lot of overlay. DraftKings could be similar. Look for overlay, guys, in the multi-entry tournaments. Sometimes that can be helpful anyways. They are entering lottery tickets. If you're smart with how you play, you can play against the sharks, especially when there's a lot of overlay. Instead of the top 20% winning, this contest only ends up filling 2/3 or 3/4 of the way up. It's like the top 30 or 35% winning. That's like playing a triple up with the odds of getting, 10 grand or 20 grand at the top or something amazing. So I'd be all over those things. You got to look for overlay at the last minute, though, and see how fast it's going. So you'd have your lineup ready in a free entry or something like that. That's how I would look. Today, I'd be looking at overlay on the shot. If I'm looking at a tournament at $3, I'd be looking at, obviously, the single entry dribbler because there is a single entry, and it's got the highest prize for the lowest dollar amount as well. So single entry, play a gauge or bench against someone else. That's what I would do there. I go in 50-50 single entries. And, people talk about leagues, but if you look at league structures, especially in NBA, the 100-player league is multi-entry, so you can get killed 3 times on the top to go down to a 20 before it's a single entry and it's a guaranteed prize. So I'm not so sure. Doesn't even say what the prize is. Oh, it's 0. What the hell does that matter? That means nothing. But these are all multi-entry. There's one. How's the prize structure work? You can win 10 times your money at first, and then at second, so it's the top 15%. You're the top 3, and the other 17 lose. And basically you get either triple your money, 5 times your money, or 10 times your money. That's good against a small field. I mean, I know people use leagues all the time to their advantage. Guys, if there's smart ways to enter them that I haven't analyzed yet, I'm not going to tell you yes or no on those. But I will tell you where you can find good values. And your lowest cashing lines are always going to be on those single entry 50-50s right there. These are your lowest cashing lines, the 100 entries without any buttons, because single entry, we only enter it once, and there's a lot of lineups on the bottom that'll cushion you at the low dollar amounts. And then tournaments that give you the highest prize for single entry for the lowest dollar amount, and they're normally the biggest ones anyway, so you want to enter them early, or multi-entries that might not fill up fast enough that might give you a chance for some overlay. And that's really about it, guys. There's nothing else I would be doing on FanDuel or on DraftKings. And DraftKings has a lot of different contests that can be analyzed in different ways. I'll show you right now. Let's go browse their lobby for NBA. See, they have a 4-point play coming up, and it looks like it might have some overlay in it. It says 322. It might. It might not. Let's sort this down by entry fee. There's some free crap, but let's filter out everything that's not a guaranteed prize and be done. And so you've got some double ups, one and dones at $1. They have a quarter entry thing, which is kind of cool, and they'll keep doing those all the way up if they start to fill up. Like this is about to, this double up will fill up, and they'll do another one. They might do it for 1,000 or something. They're a little bit faster than FanDuel like that. This 4-point play does look interesting, guys. I mean, I don't know. It's only 2/3 full. On DraftKings, it would normally have been full. Okay. That's how I choose contests, guys. I look at the prize structures, I look at how much you can win, and I look if there's going to be overlay. And then, you know, on the other side of this, if you have a beginner thing, like if you're in MLB, like where I'm over here, I'm still allowed to be in beginner contests, I believe. You'll see a button for beginners. I don't even see that anymore for MLB. Maybe because I won again, they're just like, no, you're out of it. You know, maybe after a couple wins, it just takes you out of beginner stuff. There's one, it says beginner. So, you know, you can do a beginner thing if you have an option for you available to it, and it really does apply for beginners. So they are strict about that, much more than FanDuel is. Look for those, I suppose, too. But make sure they're guaranteed. If they're not guaranteed, you're not going to win unless it fills. Not a single one matched. I always make sure my prizes are guaranteed unless I'm playing like a league or something like that that has to fill up. I like just making sure that there's a guaranteed prize pool because that means there could possibly be overlay. You never do know. Alright, that pretty much does it. That's Fantasy Forecast for today. Selecting contests and optimal lineups. Yeah, let's get back onto the optimal lineup for DraftKings and end it out on there. Makes it easy. We got Westbrook again at point guard, Robertson at shot guard, Durant at small forward, Channing Frye at power forward, Ezeli at center, Curry at guard, Ibaka at forward, and the utility is Schumpert. Okay, guys, that's Fantasy Forecast. Sorry, got extended again. Just wanted to explain contest selection real fast. Thanks again for anyone that donates. Thanks for following me at MikeMiller78 on Twitter. I tweet last-minute lineup changes. You'll find links in the description below on this video. Go on out there today and go win some really big money. I hope you had a great weekend, guys, and really start the week out tomorrow with a lot of money in your account. All right.